Probably the most well-known prospect in MMA right now is Bo Nickal, and he's going to be going up against probably the most inconsistent fighter in the UFC in Paul Craig this weekend at UFC 309 at Madison Square Garden. Today, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, my breakdown, and my prediction for Bo Nickal versus Paul Craig at UFC 309. So stick around to hear my thoughts. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. Before we get into the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, all that YouTube stuff. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want access to extra content, some bonus content, and you want to support the channel even further, click the link in the description down below or click the join button on our channel homepage to become a channel member today. All right, guys, so Bo Nickal versus Paul Craig goes down at UFC 309 this Saturday. Now, Bo Nickal is coming off of his UFC 300 main card win over Cody Brundage. Aside from that, he fought on John Jones's last fight in his UFC debut against Jamie Pickett, who's terrible. And then he fought Val Woodburn in July of 2023 on the Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez card, where he got a KO in 40 seconds. Val Woodburn is a welterweight who took that fight on short notice and is no longer in the UFC, actually, after losing to Oban Elliott. Yeah, so he's trash. Jamie Pickett's terrible. Cody Brundage is mid. He's not trash, but he's mid. And he actually really hung in there against Bo Nickal. So I'm understanding why, especially with how much the UFC is pushing Bo Nickal, why they want, or why fans don't like it. It makes him feel like an industry plant. But you guys have to understand where he comes from. He comes from a very profitable fan base. The wrestling fan base backs their own very well in MMA. He has a huge following there. He also is from Pennsylvania, or I mean, at least he went to State College, but he is from Pennsylvania, and he has that blue collar, middle class, working family type of fan base, especially with the background in amateur wrestling, to where he's a profitable guy for them to push. I've mentioned this before about how Sean O'Malley fans are not profitable because they're young. They're 15 to 21, and those people are really not spending money on fights. They know how to watch fights for free, if you know what I'm saying. These older audiences that would back Bo Nickal, you know, they wrestled when they were growing up, and now they have their kid in wrestling. These are the type of people that are going to buy pay-per-views and spend money to watch Bo fight. And I understand they have him fighting on the East Coast as well, in New York. Maybe that helps with ticket sales. Maybe. I understand why they're pushing Bo Nickal. And it's not just from a fan base standpoint. He is a highly pedigreed wrestler, and he trains with the best guys in the world. He was helping train Dustin Poirier and Jorge Masvidal at American Top Team before he even was a pro MMA fighter. So I understand the hype for Bo Nickal. I'm not one of those people that wants to hate on him, and it's not just because I kind of look like the guy. Bo Nickal is legit, and he's going up against a very inconsistent fighter in Paul Craig, who has lost 4 of 5. He lost to Volkan Oezdemir and Johnny Walker, and then he moved down to 185 pounds, which is crazy because he beat Magomed Ankalaev and Jamal Hill and Nikita Krylov. And then he lost to Volkan Oezdemir and Johnny Walker, where it was just evident that Paul Craig was undersized for light heavyweight, especially against Johnny Walker. And then he goes down and he beats Andre Muniz by a second-round TKO in London. And then since then, submitted by Brendan Allen after getting pieced on the feet, and then getting KO'd by Kyle Bohalio at UFC 301, looking terrible. I don't think this one's going to be any better. Now, I know he is in a little bit better spot because he's going up against someone that probably doesn't have the explosiveness and punching power of Kyle Bohalio. That is Bo Nickal that I'm saying does not have the punching power of Kyle Bohalio. Paul Craig has gone up against really good grapplers, such as Brendan Allen. And I think Bo Nickal's probably a better grappler than Brendan Allen. I think that Bo Nickal probably wins this fight by submission, but I could see a way where Paul Craig survives till the final bell and gets a decision. But Paul Craig just doesn't have a sense of urgency in there. He's too accepting of a fight slipping away from him. He's too accepting of taking damage. He doesn't change anything. Like, he'll get pieced up with leg kicks. He won't check them. He'll get clipped throwing naked leg kicks or naked front kicks to the body. He'll throw kicks to the body, kicks to the legs without setting them up first, and he gets clipped. He doesn't make adjustments in fight. He doesn't strike me as somebody that's actively pursuing improvement in his career, because when you watch him fight the fight, he doesn't change anything. He doesn't get better. He doesn't have any new combos. He doesn't have any new tricks up his sleeve. Whereas some guys, it looks like they're progressing. Like if it was a video game game, they're going up 5 overall points per fight, where it was like he's an 80, now he's an 85, now he's a 90, now he's a 95, now he's a champ. Paul Craig looks like a guy who's like a 75 overall. You know, every once in a while, he'll get you a big game. For the most part, he's going to falter against better competition and sometimes falter against mid competition that's equal to him. And I don't like that. I don't like what I've seen in like terms of a fighting spirit from Paul Craig. Now, this is deeper than just the X's and O's of the fight. I just don't think that Paul Craig wants to fight anymore. I think he's probably doing it for a paycheck. He was at 205 3 years ago, talking about how he was going to try to become champ within a year and retire. I remember that interview. And now he's still fighting, and he's at 85. It seems like he's fighting because he has to. And he's on a big stage against a hungry prospect that's looking to prove himself against probably the first time he's getting really tested. So I personally think that Bo Nickal wins this in very dominant fashion. It might be a boring fight. You have a wrestler and a jiu-jitsu guy. It might be a lot of top control type of grappling. And there might not even really be many grappling exchanges. It could just be Bo Nickal double leg, and he's in top control for the rest of the round. That's my official prediction. I'm taking Bo Nickal. I'm taking Bo Nickal by 3rd round sub. I think that Paul Craig hangs in there, works his guard for a little while, just hangs in there, and eventually just kind of gets discouraged, and Bo Nickal finds his neck, as they say. Paul Craig finds a way out of the fight, is what I'm saying. That's my official prediction for UFC 309, the feature fight. Bo Nickal, 3rd round sub. Thanks for watching this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. It really helps us out a lot. If you want access to extra content and you want to support the channel further, please make sure to become a channel member by clicking the link down below or clicking the join button on our channel homepage. If you want more content from me, go check out my non-MMA podcast, What's Up Bro with Wyatt and Bo, in the link down below. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.